said the stars looked closer that night as we lay under paper lights. Your hand found mine without a word, and time forgot how to move forward. No promises, no plans to keep, just borrowed dreams we let run deep. We fell asleep in love, not knowing what we'd wake up from. Two hearts just passing through, but for a while mine beat for you, like a whisper in a crowded song. We were right, but not for long. You liked your tea without the sugar. I liked the way you read in murmurs. The clock was kind, it let us be lost in our soft simplicity. No need to ask for more than now. We built a home inside a cloud. We fell asleep in love, like autumn leaves we rose above. Two strangers wrapped in something true, even if we always knew that some good things don't stay long. Still in that night we both belong. Now the echoes fade but not the tune. I still hum you under the moon. Maybe we were just a song that didn't need to last too long. We fell asleep in love. No ending line, no push, no shove, no need to cry for what we miss. Some stories end with just a kiss, and if I see you down the road, I'll smile at all the love we wrote.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wildflowers hide, I first saw her smile in the springtime light. By the old fence line, where our worlds entwine, underneath that endless cobalt sky. Oh, the fence tied down by the edge of that quiet town bears the weight of the love we found. Now just whispers in the wind, scattered like the leaves the fence tied down, and my heart on my sleeve. Years have tumbled like the stones on the creek. She's gone with the wind, like the words I can't speak. The old porch swings alone, the dust settles slow. Where laughter once lived, now the silences grow. Oh, the fence tied down by the trails now overgrown holds the echoes of the dreams we'd sown. Lost like the sunset's last golden gleam, the fence tied down in my broken dream. On a gravel road I wander with my soul bare, each step away from her, a fade fence tied down. Beneath the weeping willow's frown marks a love that I can't disown. Like the rain on the saddle, I ride through my pain, the fence tied down. Love's remains in the rain, and the sunset burns, but not as much as my return to that old fence line where my heart still yearns in the whispering wind. She's the melody I hear, the fence tied down, and my reasons they're still clear. The dust may settle, my love, never will. Out here where the oak trees whisper low, under vast skies where the wild rivers flow, found a scarf you left on the old porch swing, faded red like the sunset promises spring. Each thread a tale, each color a burn on my heart, neath the star where we turn. Saddle burns and the dust of the road, lonely tracks where our stories were once told. Memories ride like shadows beside, under the moon, in the quiet where they hide. Could a man find peace in a wandering life, or just echoes of you and a heart cut by a knife? Gravel roads leading to empty cabins, old footprints gone in the dust, heart gone. Echoed laughs in the wind now just sighs. Not even the rain can hide these tearful eyes. What once was a fire now just smoky remains in the chill of the night. Only silence explains. Saddle burns in the dust of the road, lonely tracks where our stories were once told. Memories ride like shadows beside, under the moon, in the quiet where they hide. Could a man find peace in a wandering life, or just echoes of you and a heart cut by a knife? Sometimes a whisper on the prairie comes clear, tales of times when love felt so near. A dance, a laugh, a kiss stolen in jest. Oh, these trails, how they put a soul to test. So saddle burns, or the scars of the past, grit and tears and moments that last. Letting go in the winds that sweep through, forever bound on these trails to the ghost of you. Hear the sigh of the night as it closes the day. A cowboy rides on, but his heart will stay. Underneath the old oak tree where we carved our names, the sky turns a mournful shade as the landscape claims Memories whispers tangled in the wind, soft sighs. Where once we lay, now only my shadow lies. The town sleeps quiet, the streets all worn and wise. The rain cries just like I do for dreams that died, where the river runs but can't hide the tears I've cried. Each drop mirrors the moment you were mine, on this lonesome trail under clouded skies I find. The rain cries, oh the rain cries. That porch still creaks, remembers our laughter clear. Dusty cabins echo parts of you that once were near. Gravel roads where the tracks of your leaving hills. With every gust, the wild sage your scent reveals. But your warmth is just a ghost that the cold wind steals. The rain cries just like I do for love that's lost in the shadow of the hill by the frost-covered moss. Each drop a story, a moment that time has tossed on these empty plains, paying the highest cost. The rain cries, oh the rain cries. Sunset paints the sky with hues of our old flame. Riding lonesome trails, I whisper your sacred name. A solace in the saddle, under stars that we once claimed. This wandering life, a picture in a tattered frame. The rain cries and I'm calling out to you across the time-worn paths and the morning dew. Maybe these skies will clear, or maybe they'll stay blue. But like the rain, my heart will always cry for you. The rain cries forever, the rain cries. Let the echo carry, let the silence speak as the guitar fades, like a cowboy walking slowly into the endless horizon, his heart full of echoes, his footsteps quiet on the soft, wet ground.
Under the shade of an old oak tree, where the river bends and sighs softly, we carved our names, young and free in the wild. Her laughter danced, sweet as the evening mild. The oak stood witness to vows softly spoken beneath its boughs. A heart was once unbroken. Oak tree whispers in the dusky twilight. Memories flutter like leaves in the night. Her scarf, a faded red against the bark, in the quiet town where she left her mark. Oh, how the silence speaks in what remains. The oak tree whispers echo in my pains. Years rolled like tumbleweeds through the plains. Her path veered far from these gravel lanes. The porch we built, now old and worn, holds a ghost of the love that I mourn, where once her laughter filled the summer air. Now only echoes meet my solemn stare. Oak tree whispers in the fading light, memories darken like the coming night. Her scar still clinging to dreams gone stark in the quiet town that hides in the dark. Oh, how the shadows move where we once lay. The oak tree whispers calling me to stay. Oh, the saddle rests on the dusty beam beside the boots that chased our fleeting dream. The rains have come and washed away the traces, but not the yearning from these empty spaces. Oak tree whispers while the cold wind sweeps through the fields where the old love weeps. Her scarf, a relic of a past so stark in the quiet town, now forever dark. Oh, how the heart holds tight what it can't replace. The oak tree whispers lost in time's embrace.
In the shadow of the oak, by the creek where whispers talk, I carved our names in the old gray bark with a shaky, hopeful hand. The cabin with its creaking boards sat hollow on the ridge, where the sunset bleeds through lonely panes and the wind sings through the sash. Oh, that empty bed called my name like a lonesome haunting frame in the quiet room where we lay our dreams. Now dust covers all we claim. The stars above the wildlands, once our hearts they did tame, now they just flicker in distant sky while that empty bed calls my name. The saddle hangs untouched, its leather cracked by time. The trail we rode together, now a fading line. Your scarf still lies upon that chair, its color worn by sun. Oh, how these silent echoes mock what we had begun. Oh, that empty bed called my name in the whispers of the rain. Every drop of memory falling sweet, mingled with my pain. The porch still holds your laughter in the creases of its frame, while the night air carries the weight of words and that bed whispers my name. I wander through these empty rooms where shadows play old tunes. The dusted dances with the ghost of you under the melancholy moon. This heart once wild as desert blooms, now withers in its cage, bound by the silence left behind by the turning of the page. That empty bed called my name through the thunder and the rain. Each thunderclap a heartbeat lost, a love I can reclaim. As twilight paints the sky's last light and stars begin their now just my pain. So here's to the roads, both gravel and game, to the love that rode, then drifted away. As the dust settles deep and the night claims its reign, that empty bed calls my name. Calls my name. In the heart of the high plains neath the twilight sky, found an old oak tree where our names still lie. Whispers of the wind through the tired leaves, haunted by the dust of my worn out sleeves. There's a faded porch where we used to sit, talking about life and the mysteries in it. Now there's just a creaking swing swaying alone, echoing the melody of your long gone tone. Oh, these empty beds, they linger like the rain, washing over old scars, the remains of the pain. Each setting sun, each whispered prayer, tells the tale of our love hanging threads in the air. Scarves you left hang by the door, tangled in the sorrow of the days of yore. The gravel road where we used to ride, not just a faded trail where my regrets reside. Every sunset bleeds like the heart I tore in the lonely cabin where you don't walk the floor. Wind chimes stir with a mournful sound in the empty spaces where you're not around. Oh, these empty beds, they linger like the rain, washing over old scars, the remains of the pain. Each setting sun, each whispered prayer, tells a tale of our love hanging threads in the air. I see your silhouette. The cowboy's heart ain't mastered letting go just yet. In every star that fades into the dawn lies a dream of us that's never truly gone. These empty beds, they linger, they're the ghost of your smile, a soul's quiet plea across the miles. With each parting sun and each tear that falls, your shadow dances slowly on these old cabin walls. Oh, these empty beds tell no lies under the vast, unending skies. Love's a trail ridden, then it's gone, but like the dust it lingers on, it lingers on. In the hush of dawn by the old oak tree, where the land whispers secrets it keeps, I recall a scarf red against the spring, and the promises no longer sing. Her laughter echoed a ghostly spell in the cabin where the shadows dwell. But his shadow said nothing as it danced along underneath the porch. where our love had grown. The sunset bleeds through the cracks of time, and the wind carries off our old wind chime. Each gust a whisper of what used to be. His shadow said nothing to me. Years wore the saddle and the trails turned gray. Gravel roads where we once would stray. From the bustling town to the quiet streams, now empty places in my dreams. The rain taps soft on the roof that leaks. In each drop a memory speaks. But his shadow said nothing as it danced alone underneath the porch where our love had grown. The sunset bleeds through the cracks of time, and the wind carries off our old wind chime. Each gust a whisper of what used to be. His shadow said nothing to me. Oh, how the mountains recall our names, echoing through the wild untamed. I'm a wanderer in a land so vast, chasing a future tied to the past. And his shadow said nothing as the night set in, silent as my sorrows, thick as the din. Stars flicker out where her eyes might have shone. His shadow says nothing, and I ride on, leaving behind what I can never reclaim. His shadow said nothing, and I whisper her name. In the shadow of an oak, where the wild river's been, I first saw her silhouette as the daylight didn't wane. By an old wooden porch, laughter danced in the air, and her scarf caught the breeze like a whispered prayer. Oh, the silence washed away by the sound of her name. Rivers run, but memories, they never do fade. Like the dust on my boots, her love clings to my soul. In the heart of the wild she made was broken, feel whole. Now the cabin sits empty, where once love's fire burned bright. Gravel roads long forgotten, under moon's mournful light. The trails we once walked are overgrown, lost to time, and the echo of her footsteps is a ghost in the pines. Oh, the silence washed away by the sound of her name. Rivers run, but memories, they never do fade. Like the dust on my boots, her love clings to my soul. In the heart of the wild she made what's broken feel whole. Underneath the vast prairie sky the silence washed away, but her echo remains in the rustling leaves, the pouring rain. As the sun dips low and the shadows grow tall, her memory's a melody that softly recalls. Oh, the silence washed away, yet forever she stays in the heart of the wild, across timeless days.
In the shadow of the oak, where whispers hang in the air, she laughed under sunbeams with the wind in her hair. Her scarf of faded blue danced like a creek's gentle sigh on that old wooden porch where we watched the world go by. Her goodbye closed her eyes in the land of waning light. Every sunset since then is a reminder of that night. The dust settles slowly where her laughter used to rise. Now every trail just echoes her goodbye. The cabin's empty, the door squeaks a mournful tune. Gravel roads lie untouched by the hooves beneath the moon. Where wildflowers nodded, only the lonely thistles thrive, since the stars watched her close her eyes to our twilight. Her goodbye closed her eyes in the land of waning light. Every sunset since then is a reminder of that night. The dust settles slowly where her laughter used to rise. Now every trail just echoes her goodbye. I've ridden past the rivers, through the valleys deep and wide, found the plains are just as empty as the feeling deep inside. No saddle, no companion, just the horizon's endless cries. The world keeps turning, but I'm frozen in time. Every sunset's just a picture where our past and pain collide. The dust settles slowly where her laughter used to rise. Forever on these trails, I chase her goodbye.
In the hush of the canyon, under a blood-red sky, a
An oak tree stands silent where we used to lie. The breeze carries dust off a trail once worn by two young shadows in the gold of morn. A scarf you left still dances with the wind on that old porch swing where our dreams had been. The canyon whispers, low and sweet, a wildflower loves entangled feet. But now the sun dips low and I'm riding alone past empty cabins, our dreams all but gone. The whispers haunt me as the stars find their place in the solitude of the sky. I still search for your face. Years rode in like a storm on those gravel clenched roads, washing away the footsteps where our loved ones strode. The tavern's laughter turned to echoes as time wore on, and the drinks taste bitter where your laughter's gone. An old saddle sits idle, a relic of the past, like the heartbeats shared that weren't meant to last. The canyon whispers, low and sweet, a wildflower loves entangled feet. But now the sun dips low and I'm riding alone past empty cabins, our dreams all but gone. The whispers haunt me as the stars find their place in the solitude of the sky. I still search for your face. Tonight the rain speaks softly on the tin roof above, murmuring tales of what it's like to lose a love. Through the window the world's a watercolor blur, every droplet a memory, every storm a stir. The canyon whispers one last time, a lonesome love of a cowboy's heart, and a love that filled it full. Now the trails fade under the sky's weeping veil, and the whispering winds I'll forever tell your tale. As the world turns quiet and the shadows play in the canyon's heart, our love will stay.
Out by the ridge where the oak tree stands tall, once whispered secrets in the shadows of fall. You laughed under starlight so wild and so bold. Near the wagon wheel turned cold. Oh, the winds of the prairie keep singing your name. In the rustle of leaves I still feel the same, but the heart of this cowboy's grown weary and old. By the wagon wheel turned cold. We carved our dreams in the side of that hill, in the quiet little town where time stood still. But seasons turned as our story was told. Leaves fell round the wagon wheel cold. Your scarf in the breeze like a flag unfurled, now just a memory in this lonely world. Rain washed your footsteps from the path we strolled, leaving just the wagon wheel silent and cold. Oh, the winds of the prairie keep singing your name. In the rustle of leaves I still feel the same, but the heart of this cowboy's grown weary and old. By the wagon wheel turned cold. So here by the firelight with embers
the dust of the road. Each sunset's a painting that's never quite sold, a landscape of life with its colors now old. Yes, the winds of the prairie still sing your sweet name, and the ghost of your touch sets my soul all aflame. I'll ride these trails till my last tale is told, haunting the wagon wheel turn cold. Forever near the wagon wheel turn cold. Out by the windy oaks of old, where whispers haunt the air, I found your flannel shirt threadbare, draped on that wooden chair. The porch creaks underfoot, speaks soft of days when you were near. The rustling leaves and the sunset's gold, it's here I feel you, dear. Flannel shirt burns in the dying light, my heart yearns for your touch in the cold twilight where memory turns. Each thread a story, a whispered sigh, in this quiet prairie town, under that vast empty sky. Gone now the laughter, the coffee steams alone at dawn. Empty boots by the door, echo of a love withdrawn. Dusty trails stretch out like fingers from a forgotten hand. Riding these plains, my shadow's the only thing that stands. Flannel shirt burns in the fading light, my soul yearns for your scarf in the chill of night where the candle burns. Each thread a promise, a silent cry, in this hollow cabin life, under the vast in the sky. Along the gravel roads under the oak tree shade, we were meant to be. Yet here I stand amidst the dust and rain, holding on to memories like the earth holds on to pain. Flannel shirt burns in the twilight's embrace, my mind turns to the love lost in this silent, sacred place, where my heart yearns each ember, a chapter closed, a dream that dies. On this lonely trail I walk, where the old flannel shirt lies. Let it burn, let it fade, with the sunset's last light, as the colors all cascade, where the oak whispers low, under the stars' gentle glow. I'll remember, always remember, as I go.
In a dusty drawer in an empty room, a rusty locket lies 'neath the moon. Inside a curl of golden hair takes me back to when she was there. Oak trees whispered on that old hill where the sun dipped low and time stood still. Oh, how the winds have turned so stern through whispering pines and dreams that yearn. This rusty locket, a flame that yearns in the heart of a cowboy where sorrow burns. Each sunset bleeds like the tears she earned on that lonely ridge where memories churn. The wildflowers by the gravel road no longer bloom where our love once glowed. Her scarf caught on the old porch swing, now just a ghost of spring, sweet flame. The trails we rode have overgrown, paths we made are now dust and bone. Oh, how the winds have turned so stern through whispering pines and dreams that yearn. This rusty locket, a flame that yearns in the heart of a cowboy where sorrow burns. Each sunset bleeds like the tears she earned on that lonely ridge where memories churn. Underneath the endless sky, roam alone. Every star a word unsaid in the silent song. What's left is a shadow, a dance of light and gray. A cowboy's heart knows only the price to pay. Oh, how the winds have turned so stern through whispering pines and dreams that yearn. This rusty locket, a flame that yearns in the heart of a cowboy where sorrow burns. Each sunset bleeds like the tears she earned on that lonely ridge where memories churn. So I'll ride these lands under crown of thorn, past cabins empty and fields forlorn, with a rusty locket and the burns it bears carried deep within like a prayer in the air.
Out by the old Copeland farm, the oak trees still whisper your name, where we carved our hearts so wild and free. Now nothing out there looks the same. Found that old saddle by the creek, the rain had washed it halfway away, like the tears that stole your sweet smile from me on that storm-torn, fateful day. And oh, my heart rides lonesome valleys since you and the sun both set to go. This trail's just dust and scattered shadows, with a saddle washed away, like the love I used to know. I walked past the shuttered cabin doors where your laughter filled the golden air. Now only silence greets me there, as if the world knows what I bear. Came upon that scarf you love, caught on a bramble, frayed and torn, just like the promises we made on the porch where forever was sworn. Yes, my heart rides lonesome valleys since you and the sun both set to go. This trail's just dust and scattered shadows, with a saddle washed away, like the love I used to know.
guess it's time to let old memories fly. Just like that eagle we watched in July. Though my heart rides lonesome valleys, since you and the sun both set to go, I'll follow these trails of dust and shadows, with my saddle washed away, like the love I'll never outgrow. Forever a wanderer, a shadow in the fray, with my saddle washed away, like the love I'll always know.
Out where the oak trees meet the high deserts end, I first saw her silhouette against the sun's descent. An old cabin stood, weathered by wind and rain, where echoes of laughter traced the edge of my pain. She danced on the porch, a scarf in her breeze, her laughter a melody, soft as the whispering leaves. His shadow called my name through the whispers of the plain, in the twilight's fading glow, where our lost memories remain. Underneath the starlit frame, all my dreams became a strange. A shadow called my name, the silence never changed. Years flowed like the river across the gravel roads, where once we wandered, now I walk alone. The saddle sits dusty on an empty, tired mare. Her eyes look to the trail as if she still sees you there. That old porch swing sways with a creaking sound, a symphony of what was lost and never to be found. His shadow called my name through the whispers of the plain, in the twilight's fading glow, where our lost memories remain. Underneath the starlit frame, all my dreams became a strange. His shadow called my name, and the silence never changed. So here's my confession on this long and lonesome ride. The heart holds on to love as the soul tries to hide. In the dust of the trails, in the rain that starts to fall, I've learned that shadows linger even as the night calls. His shadow called my name through the whispers of the plain, in the twilight's fading glow, where our lost memories remain. Every sunset paints the pain, colors of the love I can reclaim. The shadow called my name, and I'm still calling hers in vain. In the distance, a coyote calls to the moon, a lone and haunting tune, as his shadow fades away, like the closing of a day too soon. Out where the oak trees meet the sky, I left my heart in the dusty crowd of a town too small to hold my dreams, yet big enough to echo her scream. She wore a scarf blue as the night. Under the porch lights flickering light, we danced through shadows, we danced till dawn. Now the dance is over, but the ghost lingers on. Oh, saddle hides and leather reins, you've seen my tears, you felt my pains. Carried me from her over hills so wide. In every sunset her whisper resides. Where the gravel roads and silence collides, that's where I bury my love so deep. In the saddle hides where memories sleep. The cabin stands empty on the ridge, windows blank like the broken bridge where we once promised under summer rains. Now only the echo of love remains. Old trails fade where we used to ride, each hoof print a word now washed by time. The wind speaks her name in a sorrowful spire, as cold as the ashes of an unkept fire. Oh, saddle hides and leather reins, you've seen my tears, you've felt my pains. Carried me from her over hills so wide. In every sunset her whisper resides. Where the gravel roads and silence collides, that's where I bury my love so deep. In the saddle hides where memories sleep. If I could ride one last dusty trail, turn back the clock, rewrite the tale, I'd find her waiting, no tears in her eyes, just two hearts unbroken under limitless skies. But time is a river that only flows one way, and my heart is a horse that no reins can sway. Oh, saddle hides and weathered hands carry these dreams through forsaken lands. On every path her shadow survives, the silent scream of the lonely drives. Where the gravel roads and past collides, I'll keep riding through the tears I've wept. In saddle hides where her love is kept.
In the shadow of the oak, where we carved our names, the wildlands whisper beneath the gray sky's claims. Your scarf still dances on the porch's rusty nails. With each gust my withered heart wails. Oh, the rain stays just like the echo of your voice in the empty cabins, in the creeks it makes its choice. On gravel roads where our dreams used to lay, now just dusty trails and the rain stays. The saddle's worn where you once sat by me, through open fields, how free we used to be. But time rode on in the corners of the town where our paths split in half. On the bench beside the general store, I wait for your smile, your hand, but alas, I'm just too late. By the creek, I turned my collar to the wind. The setting sun, like our love, too quickly dim. I've learned love is but a whisper in the storm, fleeting yet the memory's forever warm. Yes, the rain stays, washing away the sins of yore, but can't cleanse the longing from my core. In every sunset, in each drop that heaven sends, I find your face, your eyes where the horizon ends. And the rain stays, oh the rain, it always stays, in the echoes of what was, through my wandering days, in the silent agony of the dusk deep blue. The rain and I, we stay forever missing you.
Underneath the old oak tree where the wild river bends, I first saw her silhouette as the evening descends. We carved our names on bark, it's still there they say, in that quiet little ghost town where my memory walked away. Oh, how the wind cries her name through the valley low, twisting past the porch where we swayed slow. Now each whispering leaf and each shadow that sways brings me back to the dusk where memory walked away. The old cabin on the ridge holds her laughter like a spell. Empty saddle by the door still remembers her so well. The scarf she left behind, now faded to gray, dance with the dust in the rooms where sunlight used to play. Oh, how the wind cries her name through the valley low, twisting past the porch where we swayed slow. Now each whispering leaf and each shadow that sways brings me back to the dusk where memory walked away. The gravel roads stretch out like the wrinkles of time, every stone a story, every turn a rhyme. I've rode 1,000 trails, yet my heart stays in the prints we left behind as memory walked away. Oh, how the wind cries her name through the valley low, twisting past the porch where we swayed slow. Now each whispering leaf and each shadow that sways brings me back to the dusk where memory walked away. So here I stand, a lone figure under fading skies, where the trail runs out and the old river dries. Guess some loves are like sunsets, brilliantly they blaze, then just as quiet and just as sure memory walks away.
Underneath the twisted oaks, by the bend where the creek fades, I found your scarf, a whisper light caught on a bramble's jagged blade. The sun was a low, mournful red, painting sorrows in shades so deep. In that silent glade where once we laid, now just shadows that weep. As the creek fades to do those days, caught in the currents of old, the laughter we shared now echoes bare 'neath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dusk to dawn with your memory, my silent guide, like a ghost on the wind where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. The cabin's empty, the porch swings long, the gravel road along untried. Your laughter's gone with the fading dawn, the fields now quietly sigh. Where once rang our steps through corridors of green, now only the call of a distant owl in the night serene. As the creek fades to do those days, caught in the currents of old, the laughter we shared now echoes bare 'neath the trees so stark and cold. And I wander on through dusk to dawn with your memory, my silent guide, like a ghost on the wind where the creek bends, where our love did once abide. Oh, the saddle sits dusty, the reins hang loose, the echoes of our past tight as the news. But in my dreams I ride the trails where you ride beside, through storm, through wind, where the creek fades, on that endless ride. As the creek fades like the last light of day, my heart knows no reprieve. Your song sung once in a world gone hush 'neath the stars that gently grieve. So I'll wander on, a shadow at dawn, these skies vast and wide, forever by the bend where the creek ends, where our love will always reside. In the silence, the creek whispers tales as the oak leaves gently wave. A cowboy sings into the wind, his heart the land will sing.